would like to share my presentation.
Okay. Bismillah
It's okay.
ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's given me great pleasure and honor today to be in our international ICA webinar series in bioeconomy, food security, and healthy life. Today is our series number 18, and we have a very special speaker today. We are honored to having him with us, Professor Ramzi Khayari. Professor Ramzi, he is a researcher in LGB2 laboratory, which is in Grenoble, France, and a professor at the Higher Institute of Technology Studies at Qasr Hilal, which is in Monastir, Tunisia.
Perfect. Sure.
In the Department of Textile Engineering. He graduated from the National Engineering School of Monastir in 2005 with a degree of textile chemistry, followed by a master's degree in the same institute in 2007. And he completed his sandwich PhD between ENIM and University of Monastir, Tunisia, and Grenoble in France in 2010. Since then, he obtained also his habilitation of the University of the Monastir in 2017, and also another habilitation as a researcher in Grenoble in 2020. Means dual professorship. Congratulations, Prof. Khayari.
Thank you.
And Prof. Khayari focused on valorization of the biomass of different scales, including fibers, nanocellulose, lignin, and hemicellulosic, exploring the potential application of various industrial sectors in textiles and paper making polymers material. He places particular emphasis on the plant biomass from annual crops, especially agricultural residue and industrial bioproducts. Throughout his career, Dr. Khayari has coordinated numerous research projects, and he's very known in European projects, with many European projects in collaboration between Europe and Middle East, Tunisia, Algeria, and other countries. And he have actively participated in scientific organizing committee and served as a national and international evaluation panel. Thank you, Professor Khayari. And for having international webinar, we need to have also excellent moderator with us today. With us today, I would like to welcome Dr. Abdulrahman Jabir bin Muhammad Din. Dr. Abdulrahman Jabir is a senior research officer in the Innovation Center in Agri-Technology for Advanced Bioprocessing, ICA, University of Technology Malaysia, Bago Campus. He received his PhD in Agriculture Engineering in Shizuoka University, Japan. And since then, he's very active researcher in the food and environmental microbiology, microbial genome, sequencing technology, and biomass valorization. Much of his work have been related to sustainable environmental solutions. He is also certified as the food analyst under the microbiology scope of the Malaysian Food and Standards, MJMM, and approved signatory for ISO 17025. He received many industrial projects for more than 1 million ringgit, and he published several publications in peer-reviewed international journals, and consider him as one of the future talent of Malaysia in this field. Thank you, Dr. Jabir, for having you together as a moderator today.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Without further ado, I would like to ask Professor Khayari. He shared already his slides now. And again, we are very happy for having you with us today, at least virtually, until coming physically soon, inshallah. Please, Prof. Khayari.
Thank you, Prof. Dr. Hisham, for this nice introduction. For me, it is really pleasure to be today with you in a virtual webinar. Since our meeting in Algeria and during our conference Marcot in 2025, for me it is really pleasure to meet a friend, professor with high quality scientific and especially email. That's why for me, when you send me for this invitation, I say, of course, despite my agenda, it is so hard this morning. Thank you again for Dr. Abdulrahman to be the assist as moderator today and uh, to help me to do the webinar in good in good fun. Also, I would like to thank you again, the Professor Hisham, for your team for this nice organization. Let's me to start quickly. What would like to say a few words about my presentation that we would like to present today, the plant biomass sustainable feedstock for tomorrow bio-based eco materials. First of all, I would like to introduce myself that sorry, what you happen? Now it is working. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Ramzi Khiari. I am, as you would present, professor that I am from in Department Textile at the University of Monastir. It is very nice place. Monastir. It is in Tunisia. It is we have an international airport. We have many attractive places like a beach, nice beaches like Mosole, and I am working in department of textile. And the department of textile, it is in Ksarahle. You are most welcome, and we'll be happy to see you in Tunisia or in French. Um, I think, sorry. Oh, I have. Okay, now it is working. My research topic it is focused in the transformation of biomass residue into higher added value. It is illustrate the main step from the raw material how we can produce higher added value. It illustrates the mass included the extraction of the fiber first of all and define the process. When you define the process, we're looking which kind of material we can use. That meaning if you're looking my area especially, it is first one, it is speaking about the identification of the extraction of the fiber. And when you extract the fiber, we can use in different application, and we are focused especially when working about paper making, about composite, everything. The second area about my topic, it is working in used chemistry and in order to have some derivative like cellulose, like carboxymethyl cellulose, like dimethyl carbonate, like this one. And the third topic for my topic is the extraction and modification of nanocellulose at multi-scale. That meaning from raw material at macro scale, how we can produce high added value. For example, we're speaking about nanocellulose. And the last topics, it is we try to usually to from the pilot trial in paper making machine, but we are working during our different the different approach. We are looking usually the circular economy as a perspective, aiming sustainable application as a paper and biocomposite. My my research was carried in collaboration with the laboratory LGP2 in Grenoble EMP. As you speaking about my little bit about my biodata, one my career professional career we have done in two country, Tunisia and France. And all my research is done in laboratory LGP2, which is it is the laboratory LGP2, it is multidisciplinary approach. That meaning we are focused research in process for conservation and valorization of plant and for surface functionation. That all during the activity for this for our lab, it is to start from the wood to converted and printed material. That meaning we have the cross of several disciplines. We're speaking about process engineering, chemistry of linear compound, and material science. Today, my presentation is focusing plant biomass as sustainable feedstock for tomorrow bio-based eco-materials. That's why that we have choosing this outline. That first one we be speaking about the context and the valorization of the plant biomass. The second way we see together this selection, the characterization from the biomass from the macro to nanoscale. After that, we giving what is the new application in the eco material. Uh, Today, our society it is facing increasing demand for more sustainable product material that when speaking sustainable that we are looking about lightweight, no toxicity. We are looking about renewable and but also we would like looking higher performance as a material. What is the can solution? One, in this context, in this approach, the bio-based product derived from biomass has emerged as particularly really relevant solution. What is the first thing here? That all the all the process of photosynthesis chemistry it is the same. It is universal, but we can getting different raw material. It is totally the chemical composition. It is totally different, and this is depending in the botanic origin of the plant. However, human have always know that to harness this research first empirically for food, heating, medicine, or construction or building, and later in more scientific way by transforming biomass into textile, paper, films, or every even explosive system. Today we are taking a new step. We are valorizing this biomass into eco materials guiding by the principle of circular economy and green chemistry to address current environmental and industrial challenge. My talk today it is focused especially about the valorization of biomass and fiber engineering for developing sustainable materials. Our goals it is to create higher performance paper product and composite with minimal environmental impact. We did not by the selection and the characterization of various type of biomass included agriculture, residue, and marine plant. A key part of our work it is processing lignin cellulose and emerging fiber to extracted value components such as cellulose fiber, hemicellulose, and lignin. This blending block as to design material with tailored properties. We also detailed the physical analysis to understand composition structure, helping us optimize biomass use. By combining traditional plant knowledge with modern material engineering, we aim to transform the renewable biomass in sustainable higher performance materials for today environmental and industrial challenge. We during our work we have extracted different fiber from different biomass included. We're speaking about the posidonia marine biomass. We have from the wood, we have from the almond stem or almond fig citrus. We have used different kind of agriculture and marine biomass. And the first step it is to study their chemical composition using standard chemical method. This analysis confirmed to have an idea about the most important pound. That meaning, if you are speaking about cellulose, how much the quantity. If you would like to extract some hemicellulose or lignin, like aromatic macromolecule, we looking. This is very, very important. After that, we are looking deeply to investigate by analysis by morphology. This in order to have what is the best way for extraction the fiber, because we, as you know, that we have a lot of different process. We're speaking about biological process, we have mechanical process, chemistry process, and extract. And you adapt it with the suitable process, we can extract it a fiber. And when we have a fiber, we can do many applications. One challenge when I was do my work, it is with all my students. It is especially, for example, when I started in Tunisia, when speaking in Tunisia, we don't have a wood. That meaning, if we would like to produce a paper, that meaning we should to import the wood, and we do the transformation in Tunisia. But my idea it is how, for example, if but Tunisia we have like other like Malaysia or the country, we have an annual plant, we can be valorized. My idea it is starting from the raw material, extracted the fiber, and how to produce excellent paper. Here we giving for you, for example, a demonstration about the production of paper starting from date palm. That here we can now ready to produce strong paper from date palm. When when you produce a paper, that meaning we have one D structure or two D structure, that we do some tests in order to determine the property and to compare them with the commercial one. Different tests. We're speaking about the test morphology. We have about the structure property. We are speaking about the mechanical, and we are speaking about the thermal. This to give an idea. Here we giving one example which we have done during one project with Guadeloupe in France, that we with the company that we getting just we have a stem from a banana, and we try to produce to produce a paper that we have giving the industry scale. We are able to do from the raw material, which is banana, to produce strong and good paper from banana. And we are working also in modeling, that from biomass we can produce modeling, cellulose modeling. That's we giving, for example, a movie that here it is from the banana. We can produce good modeling. Okay, and this modeling can be used for tomato, everything. But the important thing is that all the obtained material, when you compare with commercial, that when you getting when you do from the blueberries, we compare with commercial one, and we which we be able to today, that if you have any raw material with our optimizing condition, we are able to produce a paper with good performance, and sometimes it is more better than the commercial one. Now We would like to focus to speaking another area, another scale to the valorization of biomass from macro scale to nanoscale. In this context, we are speaking about the nanocellulose. The first question is what is the nanocellulose and how we can obtain. The nanocellulose, it can be, we have two types. The first types, it is the nanocellulose nanofiber, which obtained by mechanical treatment. That means just we need to churning the fiber and we obtain the nanoscale. In this case, the width, it is between 10 to 30 nanometer, and the length it can be depending the chairing or the mechanical treatment is between 500 nanometers to some few micrometer. But we can found also another types. It is named cellulose nanocrystals CNC, and this we obtain by chemical treatment using hydrolysis. That meaning when you put the fiber inside this sulfuric acid, that would mean we cut the amorphous chain and we obtain the nanocrystallus CNC. And in this case, the length, it is the width, it is between 2 to 20 nanometers, and the length, it is not extended one micrometers, it is 1000 nanometers. The different nanocellulose, we have different shape or form. We have was speaking about nanofilament, and this we are speaking when obtained from cellulose and chitin, and the and here, as you told, that the width, it is very short. It is between two to 30 nanometers, but the length, it is dependent. It's depending how they process. The second one, we can obtain the nanorod in the case of the CNC, and the width, it is not exceeded between 5 to 30 nanometers, and the length, it is starting from 100 nanometers to 1 micron. And we can obtain also nanoplate, and this especially when you started from the starch as nano as material for to produce CNC. The advantage when obtaining the nanocellulose, we can characterize by different tools. The most important when speaking about the morphological, we use the TEM, and with treatment like imaging, we can determine a distribution about the length and the width. Here we just to giving for you that as you told before that despite that the quality of the nanocellulose or the CNC, it is depending from the origin from the original biomass. For example, for marine biomass, when speaking here about the Posidonia leaves, present and mechanical young models, it is very high. That is, it is equal that 60. Sometimes it is more interesting than the metal or heavy like Kevlar or something. But here it is, we have strong mechanical determinant. That's why we are today all the most we are working about to use the nanocellulose in different area, can found in different application like functional packaging, cosmetical painting, 3D printing, in medical device, nanocomposite, electronic, security, paper. But we are really use the nanocellulose in different applications because it is very interesting. Today we would like to stop at just to speaking one part when speaking about the nanocellulose. We would like to speaking about the CNF, which we are obtaining by mechanical. What the new and what's the change? As you told before, to obtain the nanocellulose, the combination it is not very hard. That meaning you need just a fiber. When we have a fiber, you need just mechanical treatment. That meaning like homogenizer, microfluidizer, or grander. That's that meaning just you need the chilling the fiber and to produce the CNF. This is very interesting and easy, like as approach. But the problem if you'd like to go to upscale, this process it is very cost because you need a lot of energy. That's why now all the work we are focused how we can reduce the energy. And when speaking the energy, how to reduce the solution, it is make one pre-treatment like enzymatic treatment and hydrolysis treatment or do some chemical modification. And this in order in order to give more accessibility for the fiber and in order to facilitate the chilling when you do the mechanical. All this process is the something it is already done. If you would like, if you do, for example, in literature or go in Web of the Science or Elsevier or Spring and you make nanocellulose to produce paraenzymatic, it is done. But what is the new and what we can we do? Our approach, and we are focused especially to do some new route. The first one, it is use the diabetic solvent, the solvent as a pre-treatment, and the advantage for this case, it is when you put the disc with the fiber, we have more accessibility of the fiber. We with that meaning when we do the churning, it will be easy and this we have obtained. Another thing, the advantage when we use the disc, we can be recycled and be used for different type. The second thing, for the chemical process we have do it is thinking about the lignin sulfonate because when, for example, before when we do the extraction from the raw material to extract the fiber, we did some treatment like delignification. And the delignification, that meaning we are separate the lignin from the cellulose. Our idea it is why we would like to separate. That meaning we can keep the lignin inside the raw material, do some sulfonation, and just make directly. Of course, the quality it is not the same between something it is bleached fiber that meaning it is very white and something it is like dark. Another thing we have done it is use some new device for before to use, for example, the mechanical directly from the fiber to use directly the mechanical device like homogenizer, microfluidizer, or grinder. We would like to use another device like another, not the pre-treatment for chemical or enzymatic, but pre-treatment as mechanical. In this case, we have investigated, we have used the steam explosion and the twins extrusion, that means the extruder, which we are getting from this result that we have really interesting result of with this server. That meaning we have reduced a lot of energy, and with extruder, the advantage we have reduced a lot of energy, but we have another thing which is very important to mention, that with extruder that we can work with solid contains it equal between 25 to 30%. But comparing with other process, it is not to 2%. That meaning, when, for example, currently when produce when you produce the CNF, we work on with before to put in homogenizer or microfluidizer or grinder. Just to give an idea, we work with the concentration of the fiber 2%. That meaning we have 2 grams of fiber and we have complete to one with to 100 gram of water. The advantage when you use the extruder that we can able work in 25. That meaning we can reduce the quantity 5. And the end we obtain a gel like this one. And the gel it is just depending if you do some treatment or you can just keeping like nanocellular. When we obtaining the when you obtaining the CNF, one the most application which we are would like to present for you, which is giving some interesting result. It is to use the nanocellulose as a reference in as a nanofiler in composites. That meaning we can produce a film transparent. You see like you see the name of the our university, and also with the strong mechanical treatment. And also when you added the quantity of nanocellulose, just speaking here, we added to compare the films from 1% to 50%. We can also increase the mechanical and the stability of the degradation, that we cannot have the see the really the degradation. Also we would like to share with you that depending the chemical composition, we can obtaining different NFC, and the different NFC we have different mechanical performance, which is depending with this origin. Here we would like to share with you that during our project with the Grenoble and during our project Tech 21, we are starting from Posidonia, do some chemical modification with green sulfur or enzymatic, and we have used the extruder in order to produce the CNF. And the CNF we have combined with some antimicrobial, and we do the spinning of filament. And when we do the spinning of filament by weight spinning, and we are able to produce a yarn with excellent mechanical properties. And this yarn we can do a printing like a 3D format. That's to say that at the end, by biological agriculture and industrial residue, we can produce high added value cellulose nanofiber, which can be future for use for yarn spinning and other advanced material application. This yarn we have used for some medical application, for example, as suture yarn. Another project which we done in with the collaboration with in Turkey. It is simulates biomass can be used at different scale to produce bio-based packaging. Uses the process as electro-bolling. During our project Prima, this the last one which we have involved different country between France, Italy, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Portugal, and Spanish. And the idea it is we are working from starting materials, that meaning we are producing biopolymer from different sources, from vegetable, from whey, and from crustacea. From vegetable, we have produced the cellulose nanofiber (CNF), and from the whey we have produced the bacterial nanocellulose, and from the crustacea we have produced the chitin and chitosan. And from them we have do some modification in order to using as a pickering emulsion to pickering emulsion. And this formulation we are used for one application. It is edible coating formulation for fruits, and we have do a lot of analysis, and we have do the efficiency of this formulation. and with some tests like barrier properties. We have done also biomicrobiology characterization. Other kind of applications that starting from biomaterial that we can do like encapsulation, and this case starting we can prepare mucilage, we can be used for attractive material for encapsulation and for different application for medical everything. uh, to conclude, the examination of linosoluble biomass at different scale can be an excellent approach, and the first step it is to characterize correctly the raw material. When we have the more understand the raw material, it is easy to obtain different hemicellulose fiber. And if would like to do the chemical modification, it is easy, especially that the formula of the cellulose, we have the oxyl group, that the chemistry, it is more easy when you compare, for example, between the lignin. And we can obtain from the raw material different scale. In different form, we can obtain the solid fiber, we can obtain the gel, and the gel we can obtain the film, transparent films, everything. And this we giving a good different application excellent. I would like also to thank you all my group in LGP2, because which all the present application is done in cooperation between Tunisia and Grenoble LGBT. Thank you for attention, and I will giving the micro to our moderator, Dr. Abdulrahman. Thank you.
Thank you again, Prof. Dr. Ramzi Khiari, for such insightful and inspiring talk. Your extensive work in making, I think, a paper from a fiber is superb and excellent work. In fact, you show us a real nanocellulose fiber from your work. That's a good job. I believe today's talk is very timely relevant to discuss, as the world now is facing an escalating energy crisis. Whether we like or not, our society is depend on the petroleum-derived material in our daily life. So I think exploring innovative alternatives such as the packaging that you showed us today from your talk, I think is becoming a hot topic for more resilient future. I think now we're waiting the question from the audience. Let me see whether there is a question from the audience. Audience may type the question in the chat box. I will read out on your behalf, and then the Prof. Ramzi will be answering your question.
With pleasure.
Okay. While waiting the question, maybe I have one question for you, Prof. Ramzi.
Of course.
Okay, I think considering the complex structure of the Linux cellulosic biomass that you have taken for your experiment, which conversion approach is currently considered more less energy consumption and sustainable for nanocellulose production? Maybe you have showed to us the mechanical and chemical process, or maybe you can you can try to have a microbial fermentation as an option to the conversion approach. As I can say that. So, what your opinion on that, Prof?
No, we totally agree with you, Dr. Abdulrahman, that we have a different way to produce nanocellulose. In our approach as engineering, we are focused especially about about chemistry and mechanical and enzymatic. But if you, for example, to try another way, for example, fermentation, it can be possible. Can be possible.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you, Prof. Ramzi, for that answer. And then we have on to the next question from the Husna Munira. What are the biggest challenges in converting agriculture waste into bio-based material? What are the biggest challenges that you have facing in your experiment converting the agriculture waste into the bio-based eco material?
This is excellent question, and especially because as we show that all during my area it is working from the raw material from agriculture and marine biomass, and this it is totally different when speaking about wood, because the wood, when they cut the wood after 50 years, that meaning the chemical composition is the same, usually constant. When speaking about the chemical composition, we are looking just about, especially about cellulose, hemicellulose, and the lignin. It's the amount is this. Each usually is the same. I say, we getting from the wood usually about 45% about 45% about cellulose, and 30% from the lignin, and 25 between 20 and 25 from the hemicellulose. But when you're starting from the residue from agriculture or marine, it is depending the raw material. Like speaking about if for example speaking about the date palm, it is different between Tunisia to Algeria or to Morocco, and between Malaysia. That meaning we have the same plant, but it's totally different depending which the country, and from year to year it's totally different. That meaning here this challenge, how we have something it is not stable in chemical composition, and we would like to produce to giving in to society one product with stable performance. This it will be very hard. That's why for we try to, in order we have keep the same performance, to do some pretreatment like modification. That meaning if you have, for example, the amount of the quantity of the about the cellulose to this year, for example, it's different from the last year. We can enhance the performance by some chemical modification.
Okay, I hope the answer from the Prof. Ramzi answering the question from the audience. On to the next question from the Deni Yola. In your opinion, which industry will adopt nanocellulose materials most fastest, I think? Yeah. Which industry will be adopt this technology that you have developed?
We now all person we are working just first of all to reduce the energy, what that we can say, the cost of production about the nanocellulose. Nanocellulose now it is the challenge, because we have strong and various properties. If we're looking about the transparency, it is very transparent. That meaning it is like use as screen. If we would like to make a barrier, it is very interesting. But now we have a lot of company we starting to produce nanocellulose, and with the capacity between 15 to 20 ton per year. And this company in 2025 and not in 2035, we would like to increase from 50,000 ton to 75,000 ton per year. That meaning we would like to multiply the current production, multiply between 3 to 4 times, starting from now to 10-year maximum. This we're giving 2 to 5 years just to giving one approach. But all the work now it is looking how we can produce the nanocellulose with cheap price. This is a challenge because the application it is depending. For example, if for example we use for example the nanocellulose for from application that we can getting in big money, that meaning we can purchase with higher money, that it would be that. But keep in your mind just when you use the nanocellulose we use a few quantity, that meaning here like this one it is very higher, and it is very high, and we have a lot of water than nanocellulose, but because all the process now we giving except the extruder, the solid content it is 2%, that meaning if imagine that we have 1 liter, and the 1 liter we have 2 gram, but we have 1 liter, and then 1 liter if we just taking few quantity of non-cellulose we can have for example like plastic, it is easy, you can have a strong plastic, but the different it is depending, that meaning for now I little from my point of view, if looking we have a lot of we have 2 areas now. All the person we are looking about the application, we try the most application, and the second thing we have another group it is focused about to reduce the price for production.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, I agree with you that producing the low and cheap material coming from the plant biomass is very challenging. Yeah, there's a way that we are doing the research, but now we're trying to convince the industry to what we are doing now. Okay, I think maybe the next question coming from the Mir Mashudin. Are there any challenges associated with using agriculture waste containing high sugar content, like pineapple peel, in the production of the bio-based material? I think, maybe you haven't used the pineapple peel in your research before. Maybe you can share a little bit about this one. What your opinion?
This is good way for me when we have a new raw material or residue. For me it is a challenge because depending from when we have raw material we have new performance.
Mm.
Like when I was sharing my presentation that we have for me like just for my team I work on more than 30 or 40 residue, and when you starting the residue we have different the quality of the CNF. For example, when speaking the quality, it is we are speaking about the aspiration ratio between the length and the diameter, and this length divided by diameter, this, we are speaking at a special ratio, and this value it is depending from the raw material. But for me the penile pulp I don't know, to be honest, if there is some paper about this about from this residue, but it is very interesting to start.
Yeah. Okay, agree with you. I think you have come across also in Malaysia we have abundant of the agriculture waste coming from the oil palm industry. Maybe you can have some sort of experiment doing on that particular biomass in someday if you visit in Malaysia.
Of course, for me, I have a lot of friends, but I never visit Malaysia. But maybe the next attendant will be the Malaysia. Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
Maybe
sure,
we
sure, sure.
can have a discussion on the how to make a good eco material from the plant biomass, which is coming from the oil palm.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I see there is no more question coming from our chat box. Maybe one last question from me. I think, Prof. from Ramzi, is it okay?
Welcome, welcome.
Okay. I think from your opinion, what is the biggest scientific industrial breakthrough needed to make the plant biomass as a dominant sustainable feedstock for the future? What is scientific industrial breakthrough needed to make the plant biomass dominant?
Mm, because when speaking biomass, we can use a different way.
Okay.
Different way. Now, just to giving one idea, we have 420 million the ton of biomass.
Mm.
That meaning, and from this quantity, we are now just working with 6%.
Okay.
All
6%.
6%. The other one, we cannot use nothing.
Mm.
No person we have investigate. That meaning for me, you know that we have the wheel everywhere about the petrol, and we have, but we have another feedstock. It is already done. It is biomass, and from biomass we can produce what you need. If you would like to go to extract this sugar to do the fermentation, you use like ethanol, bioethanol.
Mm.
It's like a carburant. But meaning here it is for me, when speaking of the biomass, that meaning we have a lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
It is depending a little bit the strategy about the R&D
Mm.
and the sometimes to because now you look all the person we are speaking about sustainable approach, economy, circular everything. That meaning how to valorize, for example, the biomass in different application. If you just to, for example, here when I see my office, we have a lot of paper. We have some. It is everything is about from biomass,
Yeah.
and this we, as I told for you, we enter now. We use 6%, and the 40% until now it is not using, and which presented 420,000 million earlier the ton the biomass.
Yeah.
And
So yeah.
and just to giving also an idea, when speaking annual plan, that the residue we can getting from agriculture waste, it is present 1,000 million de ton per year, and this quantity, it is nothing. It is just burning. We cannot using nothing.
Yeah.
That's why for me we have a lot of researching how to use the biomass, and we see now, for example, I see in Europe, for example, we have a lot of startup like a small R&D to produce one product. When I say, for example, for you one example during my presentation is from Guadeloupe, which is we have a lot of banana, we have a lot of residue of banana, we have just keeping the residue from the banana and to produce the paper. And for him, we giving some paper for challenge for packaging, bio packaging, food packaging, everything.
Yes, yeah, I agree. There is a lot of opportunity coming from this research, particularly on how to use effectively the plant biomass into the sustainable stock in the future. Yeah. Thank you again, Prof. Ramzi, for your excellent and your time and effort, and also the
Thank you.
excellent sharing with us. And for all participants, and thank you again for your active engagement. We hope that this webinar give you a beneficial and informative insight. With that, I pass to coordinator, or maybe Pro Hisham need to say something.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Jaber. Thank you very much, Prof. Ramzi. Actually, your inspiring talk inspired us to do more and more, because if you know, Malaysia is one of the main countries. They have a very rich diversity of biomass. And I think if you put hand in hand, we can use extra 1%. I mean, to reach 7%, it will be excellent. And,
Right.
and
The pleasure is for me. That's why for me, when we invite me to join to do the webinar, you say, yeah, this is a good opportunity to present what I am able to do, and just to start to together what is the next the challenge. Especially now we have a lot of opportunity to fund the funding. It is not the problem, but the important thing is to find some good friend like you, Dr. Hisham, that we can just to start and to do something.
yeah, it's also, I would like to say it's our pleasure here in ICA, UTM Bago, as our first speaker, actually from France and Tunisia, to be a guest in our webinar. And we are looking to welcome you in person soon, inshallah, and to having strong collaboration between us, which is coming very soon. I know you are very active, doing things very fast, and we are also the same. But with this, I would like to thank you very much. I would like to thank everyone around the globe who join us in this international webinar. Dr. Jaber, Ms. Suhair, who is coordinating the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Prof. Ramzi and Prashan, we have a group photo session. Maybe I pass over to Salima to lead this session.
Okay, I'll be something. Let's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very
See
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Bye.